Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus for the Sony PlayStation 2 again. In the last video, we completed 2 more levels. Actually, we completed 4 levels of the Cold Heart of Hate. And you're probably wondering why I'm back here at the hideout, why we're back in the van. Well, if I just went to the final stage, a stage reunion, saved my game and then loaded it, you would skip the controls entirely and you just go straight into the boss battle. I don't want to do that. I want to show off the controls, and the way I've done things compared to the first time around, I'm keeping everything from the final level, a strange reunion, all in one video. So once I go to this level, I'll have the directions on how to play the level, we'll have the boss battle, we'll have everything, and we will beat the main game. So without further ado, a strange reunion.
Sly Cooper, you have escaped my gas chamber and destroyed my death ray. Remarkable. You Coopers always find a way to beat me.
Always? So that was you in the background of all those old pictures in the Thievius Raccoonus. How old are you?
Perfection has no age.
What? You're immortal?
Revenge is the prime ingredient in the fountain of youth. I've kept myself alive for hundreds of years with a steady diet of jealousy and hate, awaiting the day when I would finally eclipse your family's thieving reputation.
Sly! My missiles don't hurt him but seem to create holes in his armor. Shoot into the gaps I create!
And from here, we face Clockwerk.
My skills are superior.
When any part of Clockwerk flashes white thanks to the shots from Carmelita's shock pistol, you'll need to fire at those shots. You'll need to fire at those spots with the rocket launcher. Left analog stick steers, as does the D-pad, and square fires rockets. You want to avoid the purple fireballs, and you want to shoot the parts of Clockwerk that flash white.
Get it. You're so familiar with my family. You must have known my father had a son. If you hated the Coopers so much, why did you let me live when you stole the Thievius Raccoonus?
Because I wanted to show the world that without your precious book, the Cooper line was nothing.
Ah, well, there's where you're wrong. The Thievius Raccoonus doesn't create great thieves. It takes great thieves to create the Thievius Raccoonus.
Enough, Sly Cooper. It ends here. I will finish you like I finished your father, and the Cooper line will be erased, and the only master thief will be Clockwerk.
And from here, we need to fly through these rings in order to keep from getting hit. Eventually, Carmelita will fire at a part of Clockwerk. You'll need to shoot it down. Remember that down moves up and up moves down. That the up and down controls are inverted on the default controls, but you can change them so that up moves up and down moves down in the options menu when you pause the game at any time. I was shooting at the head. That part was the part that flashed white that time around. And I forgot to let Bentley say his entire thing, but basically, you need to get the Clockwerk and destroy his head, and from there, you can finish the game. In this part, the lasers can be a little difficult to dodge, but if you do a spar jump on where all the lasers are originating from, you'll have an easier time. And of course, you want to watch the lasers here too, because you don't want to run into them.
I will. Immortal.
And from here, you want to jump on the wing, run to the back, and just smash the head until it is done.
Clockwerk.
It took some tricky maneuvering, but I managed to snatch that last piece of the Thievius Raccoonus from Clockwerk's claw. I had taken down each member of the Fiendish Five: Raleigh, Mugshot, Ms. Ruby, the Panda King, and finally Clockwerk. I'd beaten them all one by one and reclaimed my birthright. Of course, there was no way I could have gotten here without the help of my pals. I know this hasn't been easy for them, yet they stuck with me through it all. Murray, boy, it took a lot of guts for him to get out in the field with me. I know he was scared, but he's got more heart than anyone I've ever known. And thank goodness for Bentley. Without his expertise, I'd have never found my way off that rooftop in Paris. A guy couldn't ask for a better gang of friends. Who could ever forget the lovely Carmelita? Looks like we're not going to be friends anymore. Now that Clockwerk's death ray is out of commission, we're back to playing cops and robbers. I thought for sure she was going to slap the handcuffs on me right then and there. But instead, she was true to her word and gave me that 10-second head start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I felt bad leaving her stranded on that giant rock, but I knew it wouldn't be long before we'd see each other again.
Can I press start from here? No, I can't skip it this time around. Well, that was the main game for Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. But we're not done yet. So far, this has been a pretty good game, and Ashif Hakik did the music for this game. Ashif Hakik also did the music for Crash Team Racing Nitro Kart and Toma 2, The Evil Swine Return, and I didn't know this until I started this replay, but apparently Ashif Hakik passed away in April of 2021. The cause of death was never made public, and, well, this would be the only time that Ashif Hakik would score the Sly Cooper series. Someone else would handle the music when the series went in a different direction with the sequels. And my opinion of the game still stands from the first time around. The game looks good, so it can be a bit off-putting when you see Sly switch character models between the gameplay one and the one for the cutscenes. That would be fixed in the sequels. Sound and music sound pretty Crash Bandicoot-y, but again, the game was more action-based than the sequels were anyway, and I'm gonna stop talking to let Bentley speak. Or not. Well, great. Clockwerk's still alive. This totally doesn't set up a sequel or anything. Obviously it does, otherwise I wouldn't have played the sequels.
I hate to tell you this, Sly, but the Thievius Raccoonus isn't fully restored. You're gonna have to go back and unlock all the vaults to find the pages you're missing. There is some good news, though. A friend of mine in Japan just sent me this really cool movie. And guess what? It's all about us.
いやー危なかった カルマリータちゃんには悪いけど、今回も俺様たちの勝ちだ。このデータファイルがあれば父ちゃんの敵が撃てる。あれはまだ俺が子供の頃だ。よく父ちゃんの膝の上で遊んでたっけ。俺様の一族は代々伝わる義族の家系。そして受け継がれた技をまとめたのがこのラクーナの遺伝子。その洗練を極めた忍びの技だが、そこには必ず守らなければいけない厳しい掟があった。義族たる者、名誉にかけて狙うは悪党のみ、善人からは奪わない。ところが俺様が秘伝書を受け継ぐことになった夜、突然5人のギャングがやってきた。奴らは俺を守ろうとした父ちゃんを、そしてとうとう見つけ出してしまったんだ。大切なラクーナの秘伝書を。奴らは俺様の全てを奪いやがった。きっと中に書かれた技を使って悪いことをしでかすに違いねえ。そして俺様は一人ぼっち町の孤児院に入った。だがここで素晴らしい仲間に出会ったんだ。天才発明家、頼れる相棒ベントレー、そしてマーレ。食いしん坊でちょっとドジだがまあ憎めない弟分さ。仲間と一緒に俺様は父ちゃんの敵を討ち、そして秘伝書を取り返す。クーパーの名前に恥じない義族になれるか、それとも失敗してご先祖の顔に泥を塗るのか。さあ俺様たちの運命はどっちだ。
And from here, we can go back to Duel the Dragon. And we can get that one last vault that we had yet to get. So as I was saying, I've already mentioned the graphics and the sound. Play control is pretty tight. It's pretty responsive and what have you. I'm glad that it is. Everything's pretty responsive and you're able to do what you can when you need to. So I can't really complain about that. And you do have the Master Thief sprints to work with once you've beaten the main game, so you can do them at any time. But once you've beaten the game and you get the...
Freeze, raccoon!
Oh.
How can I freeze when my heart warms at the very sight of you?
Shut up, Ringtail. I don't know what you're doing here in China, but I'm sure it can't be good for whoever owns this place.
You must only have eyes for me if you're too blind to see what's going on around here.
All I see is a pathetic thief who's escaped justice for far too long.
I'm proud to be a thief, especially when I'm stealing from a vicious extortionist like the Panda King. Open your eyes, detective. These quaint temples are a front for an illegal explosives factory.
Don't try to confuse the issue. You criminals are all the same, and none of you can escape justice.
As I was saying, once you beat everything, get 100%, you beat the Master Thief sprints, you get all the vaults, you get all the treasure keys, you get all the abilities too. There's really not much of a reason to come back except just to play it all over again, which, as you can see, I've clearly done. I'm amazed I managed to hit that firework, by the way. But at least I've gotten a good replay this time around. Did a lot better here than I did the first time through. And is this worth getting? Is this game worth getting? Absolutely. Again, it feels like the developers didn't know exactly what they had when they created the first game, and the series really came into its own with its more open world sequels. But this is a fine first outing in the series. This is a pretty solid debut, and a beginning for the first of what will become 4 games as of the time of this recording. So if you can find this game, definitely give it a whirl, definitely give it a shot. If you like 3D platformers, you'll definitely like this one. But it does get better. It does get even better in the sequels. And I am almost done with this amazingly. All I need to do is just get to the vault, and then I can just concentrate solely on the Master Thief sprints. Of course, in order to do that, I'm going to have to get the icicle platforms ready. You're going to fire right there, aren't you? Yes, you are. But at least I'll be able to get right to this vault and open it.
Multiple blood vessels burst in my brain while figuring this out.
And the password is 231. I probably should have let that.
Amazing! Colonel Reed Cooper's time stopper technique. Press the triangle button and execute a flashbang that will stun all guards in the world for a few seconds. I can see how this might be useful and entertaining too.
At long last, the Thievius Raccoonus restored to its original state. The first time I held the whole thing under my arm since I was 8 years old. The same weight that all my ancestors had felt beneath their arms as they had passed it on. Although, while other family members may have been great thieves, they all inherited the book. I got a chance to earn it. I had taken down the Fiendish Five, having used the moves my ancestors taught me, and become a master thief along the way. The time had come for me to chronicle my own adventures into the great book. This is gonna be fun.
As I was saying earlier, the vault password for Duel by the Dragon is 231, but I kinda got ahead of myself and I didn't let Bentley speak that whole thing of dialogue there all the way. And that is basically it for the main game. All that there's left to do is the Master Thief sprints. And I can press start this time.
You've done it, Sly! The Thievius Raccoonus is complete! Now, try beating all the Master Thief sprints to unlock the designer's commentary. Once you've unlocked them all, I've got a special behind-the-scenes movie to show you.
And with that, that leaves the Master Thief sprints. Once again, I'm going to go through every world in the game and beat all of the Master Thief sprints to get that last 17% of the game done. Once that's done, we get the behind-the-scenes video from the developers, and we hit 100%. And that will close the book on this replay. But that's after we get that last 17% and complete all the sprints. Just like last time, I will go through all of the worlds in order. And I will do the winning runs for each and every level that I can do a sprint in. So once again, this is going to take 4 videos, and this will bring this second go around, much like the first one, to 23 videos. And the Master Thief sprints start in the next video. So join me next time where we start the Master Thief sprints with the levels in Tide of Terror. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!